Namaste.
Namaste everyone. Let's get started. Give me 1 minute. All right, welcome everyone. Welcome to Hindi University. Really excited to have all of you this Sunday. As you know, my name is Ashutosh, and we meet every Sunday 8 a.m. US Pacific time, which is time on the west coast of the US to learn about the Hindi language. For those of you who are new to Hindi University, you can learn more about us by going to our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Hindi University. You can also go to our website, which is hindiuniversity.org, and find out all the details about how you can join and interact with the other students. I shared with you a little bit of information on the slide. Um, as I said, if you want to join the Sunday classes, all you need is simply this Zoom link and this willingness to learn, and you can attend the sessions. In case if you missed any of the previous sessions, you can watch it on YouTube, where if you go to the 2025 folder, you will find all the videos or the classes that we've done this year so far. Similarly, for the previous years, you can see all the playlist in which we have arranged them based on the books that we have covered. Okay. Um, we have this WhatsApp community and Discord community as well. So there is an enrollment link for that. Once you click on it, we'll just ask you basic questions to make sure that you're onboarded into all the appropriate forums. Okay. As you know, this year we've been following two books. First one is the Pingu Learns Hindi, which is the Hindi University book, and the second one is the Primer of Modern Standard Hindi, in which we are really following the structure and the theme that Professor Michael Shapiro is following. So far, we are on chapter number 8 for the Michael Shapiro book. Okay, so far we've covered a lot of the basic building blocks, and we are on past. Last in the previous class, we covered past tense, in which we spoke about the habitual past tense. Okay, and we're going over how something that you used to do in the past, how to say that in Hindi. Okay. In this class, we'll continue the journey and we'll focus on the past continuous tense. And we'll just give you a very quick refresher of the past tense, and then we'll jump directly into the past continuous tense, okay, where you use it. The most common use cases where you use the past continuous tense in Hindi, and then we'll have a lot of scenarios like we always have. Okay. With that being said, as you know, the classes are always interactive, so feel free to take a pause and then unmute yourself and ask questions, and then we'll cover that. Okay. Um, so if you guys remember, we in the previous classes we did the some of the patterns. Okay, we've done the patterns for many things, and I just want to quickly brush it up that um, here basically if you were to go over the pattern again, I want to go over the past indefinite. So far we did for present tense, which is मैं हूँ um, and hum hai. Same thing if you were to go over and change it. Basically, think of it as like I was. So I made a typo here, but it was, if it is I was, you will say मैं था or मैं थी. Just focus on these two columns. Okay, मैं था और मैं थी for I was. Okay, मैं student था. I was a student. मैं student थी. Okay, for a girl. Okay? Similarly, वह था. He was or वह थी. He was and she was. Um, this is the same building block for past continuous, so at least I want you to remember that. Similarly, हम थे और हम थी. We were for male and female, and हम being your we. You are, there are three different you that we've learned, like आप, tu and tum. But for the most part, we only cover आप. That's a formal form. आप थे और आप थी. You were. Okay. Similarly, they were. Okay, which is वे थे और वे थी. Okay. So I want you to at least remember these building blocks before we move further. Okay. Any questions so far, at least on these two columns? Anyone? Good so far? Yeah, right. We'll keep going. So as I said, like our goal for this class is past continuous. What is a past continuous tense? We'll just talk about it in general, and then we'll go over the use cases for Hindi. Okay. So past continuous tense, typically think about the situations where you want to talk about an action which was ongoing specific time in the past. Like you want to talk about yesterday when I was walking, okay, I saw a bear or something like that. Okay, so I was doing, the action was in progress sometime in the past. And there are five use cases or typical scenarios you will see, which are the most common one. There are more, but these are the most common one that you want to remember. Okay, so the first one, which is the most common one, is an action that was happening at a specific time in the past, which was happening, not happened or used to happen, which was happening, so what was in progress. So something like you are telling a story. Okay, so an example is at 9 p.m. I was watching a movie, and then the narrator of the story, they want to keep going and tell something or build upon it. Okay, so same thing will happen in Hindi as well. So this is the scenario. When you come across these scenario, you need to have the tools to say those sentences in Hindi. Okay, let's forget about Hindi so far. For the first use case, what other examples you can think of? Okay, so I'll ask everyone to at least give it some time and either write it down about what other examples you can think of, which will be describing an action happening at a specific time in the past. Okay, I'm going to give you some time so you can reflect on it. And then I'm going to ask you guys to share. Unaji, you want to unmute yourself and tell us?
I wrote it in English. I don't know. I was preparing food.
English is fine. Exactly. I want it English only. English or your native language. Either.
Yeah.
Either. Yeah.
So yeah, I was preparing food
I
at.
was preparing for very good. Okay. A specific action that was happening in the past. Okay. Uh, let's see who else would like to share. So, Mia, you want to unmute yourself? Something.
I was cleaning the car.
I was.
May
Uh-huh.
I was cleaning the car.
Oh, I was cleaning
May
the. Very good, very good. So this is fine. English is fine right now. We'll go over Hindi as well. Okay. मीता जी क्या चल रहा है?
मैं ठीक हूँ, शुक्रिया. Um, I was driving a car.
I was driving a car. Wonderful. Josh,
I took a shower.
I took a shower. No, I took a shower was something that happened in the past. Okay. Not.
I am okay. I was taking a shower.
Very good. I was taking a shower.
Okay.
Right. So you see the distinction. I took a
Right.
shower. We will go. One is like in the previous class we did. I used to take shower, which is something habitual, versus it was happening, versus I took a shower. So we'll do the I took a shower in the subsequent classes, but very good distinction there. We'll take one more. JDG.
Tuesday evening, I was reading a book.
I was reading a book. There you go. Okay. So this is the most common use case that you will encounter in Hindi as well. So for those scenarios, you will use past continuous. The second one is when two actions are happening simultaneously. So think about parallel activities. Okay. So you already gave an example. You can think it's like while I was taking a shower, the power went off. Okay, two actions were happening in parallel. I was eating while he was talking. Okay. Or while I was while I was traveling, I saw I saw my friend. Okay. Again, I want you to take a pause, think about a scenario right now. It's in English, that's fine, don't worry about that, right? Because once you can figure it out in English, then it's just training your mindset to, when you have these scenarios, you will, you'll think in Hindi. Okay, so Kathy ji, or Katie ji, sorry.
I was riding my horse
Mhm.
as a bear was approaching.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay, so we are talking about the second one. So while
Yeah,
you, yeah,
the two actions happening at the same time.
one more time. So that
I was riding my horse and a bear was approaching
okay,
whilst the
perfect,
bear was approaching.
perfect, awesome. Michael ji.
While I was sleeping, I was dreaming.
Yeah, very good. Awesome. Anusha ji.
I was getting ready to go out when guest came suddenly.
Wonderful. Yeah. And Laurie ji.
I was reading a book while he was working.
Wonderful. So you will see in all those examples, there are two actions happening in the parallel activities. Okay, it's common in English as well, and then same thing. This is a simple tense basically in that sense. Like you will just literally do the same scenarios. The third one is an ongoing action interrupted by another. Okay, so which is basically like I was walking when it started raining. Okay, very simple thing. I was walking when when I saw the car crash basically. Okay, something along those lines. So the key here is you have when that is being used as a conjunction, which is connecting two sentences, but the situation is one action is interrupted by the other. Okay, Sharon ji?
Yeah, you want me to make a sentence?
Yes, just in English is fine right now.
Okay. I was painting when the phone rang.
Yeah, wonderful. I was painting when the phone rang. So the action was happening, but it was interrupted by the phone call. Wonderful. Marwa ji?
Yes, we were studying Hindi when snow started falling.
Very good, right? So one action was interrupted by other. Beautiful. Now there are two more, and then I promise you we'll just jump directly into the sentence formation. But this is important because because I want you to think about the applications are more, the tools are the same, right? I mean about the tenses, but you will need more of these applications, right? And that the more you know it, you'll be comfortable using the tools. The fourth use case is when there's a background setting in a story. Oftentimes when you read a story, they will tell you about they will narrate the story in a certain way where they're describing the situation. Okay, so it was getting dark and the wind was blowing, right? And people were walking home, and it was raining, it was pouring, so they're giving you the background theme about what was happening before they tell you or they introduce you the character of the story. Okay, this one I hope you guys all get a sense of it. So more or less it's a background story, okay, or setting the stage of that. And the fifth one, which is basically asking someone what someone was doing. So it's like the interrogative scenario when you ask someone, what were you doing yesterday? Okay, that's a very typical case as well. You want to know what what was someone up to at a particular time in the past. Okay, so these are the most common 5 cases that you will see when you can use the past continuous tense. Okay, I'll take a pause. Any questions so far, anyone, before we jump into how you will think about saying that in Hindi? Anyone, or any reflection also, not if not question, how it works in your language, if you want to share any insight about it. If you have past continuous in your language, if you don't have it, you can talk about that as well. How is it in Croatian, Unaji? Do you have it?
I knew you would call me out. So again, there is no specific difference, but we have verbs that are finite or finished or unfinished tense. I don't know how to translate it. So you would know the structure is the same, but you would know from the like a prefix to the verb that it's a finite action, that it was finished, or another verb that signifies an unfinished action.
I see. So if something is in progress, you conjugate in a certain way. But
You conjugate always the same, but the word, let's say, to read, I was reading, I would say as a female, čitala sam, and if I had finished the action, it would be pročitala sam. So it's just kind of like prefix to the verb usually.
Wonderful, wonderful. Anangji, how is it in Thai? I'm not sure if you can hear me out. Anang? Anyone else? While you're waiting for anyone else would like to share? How is it in Tamil? Anushaji? You have past continuous as well, right?
Yeah, in Tamil it's almost the same structure
As English and Hindi?
as Hindi.
Hindi, okay, wonderful, beautiful. All right, so we'll jump into the grammar aspect of it, right? So the formula is very simple. You will take the subject, okay, and as we practiced in present continuous tense, where you take the root of the verb, right? So you have to get comfortable with that, okay? You take the root of the verb, you remove the na, and you put raha, rahi, and rahe next to it, okay? And that's based on the subject. And then you will put tha, thi, or the at the end of it. So I'm going to write it down, and we'll practice it. So you will take the subject, okay? Subject is followed by the root of the verb, and root of the verb will be followed by either raha, rahi, or rahe, and that's followed by tha, thi, and the. It's very simple, but with the same thing you can do a lot more complex things. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing and we'll do the whiteboarding session now. So you have the subject followed by the root of the verb. So I'm going to take Michael G. Michael G, give an example of something that you were doing yesterday. Okay, so I'm going to write down subject will be Michael in this case. Give any word, Michael G.
I'm going to stick with dreaming, so sapna.
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 Okay, okay. So what's the verb here?
Sap.
Saf, like
Sap.
cleaning. Okay, very good, right? So the verb is, when you want to use it as a verb, it would be to clean would be
Saf karna.
Beautiful, saaf karna. To clean would be saaf karna. So you have sa with af, saaf karna. Beautiful. Okay, so what is the base stem of the word?
Kar. Kar.
Very good, right? Kar. So you will simply say
Saf kar.
Saaf kar, and because it's masculine singular, which one will you use? You will use raha, rahi, or rahe.
Raha.
Beautiful. So you will say
Saf
Michael.
raha tha.
Beautiful. Michael, saaf kar raha tha. Now describe what you were cleaning. Were you cleaning the car or the house or the dishes? What were you cleaning?
Apni gare.
Very good. So Michael I'm going to keep it simple. Michael कार साफ कर रहा था. Okay? Or because you were doing yesterday, you can say कल मैं कार साफ कर रहा था. कल मैं कार साफ कर रहा था. Simple sentence, right? It goes the same way for you, you know, or if it is Una ji saying it, she will say, how will you say it, Una?
मैं साफ कर रही थी.
Beautiful. Okay. आप क्या साफ कर रही थी?
Is this?
Yes.
So मैं sorry. Yeah. कल मैं कार साफ कर रही थी.
Beautiful. कल मैं अपनी कार साफ कर रही थी और गाड़ी साफ कर रही थी. Beautiful. Bill, take an example. I ask you something. What were you doing yesterday? कल आप क्या कर रहे थे?
मैं दुकान को चल रहा थे.
Okay, beautiful. कल मैं दुकान, shop. The word we want to use is to go, which is jana.
Yeah.
So
जा
Yeah.
रहे थे. जा रहा थे.
Beautiful. जा रहा था. Beautiful. Right? Awesome. कल मैं दुकान जा रहा था. Awesome. Okay. जेडी जी, कल आप क्या कर रहे थे?
क्या?
आप कल क्या कर रहे थे?
कल मैं किताब पढ़ रहा था.
Beautiful. कल मैं किताब पढ़ रहा था. Okay. Sunny, what did he mention? Sunny ji? You have to unmute yourself.
Sorry. He said last night he was reading a book.
Very good. Okay. और आप क्या कर रहे थे?
मैं अपनी के साथ एक नाटक जा रहा था और देख रहा था.
Beautiful. I was watching a play with my wife. Okay. Wonderful. Sriram ji?
कल मैं सिनेमा थिएटर जा रहा था.
Beautiful. कल मैं सिनेमा देखने जा रहा था. Okay. Let's see. Josh?
Okay. हिंदी में work को क्या कहते हैं?
Very good. हिंदी में work को काम कहते हैं. Okay.
काम.
And to do the work is काम करना, if you want to use it as a verb. Okay. काम करना.
What was the second? Come what?
So just work is काम. If you want to use it as a verb, to work is काम करना. Just like साफ करना. Just like साफ करना is to clean. काम करना is to work.
So I would be मैं काम कर रहा था.
Beautiful. मैं कल काम कर रहा था. Wonderful. See, that's how it works. Not hard. Okay. कल मैं काम कर रहा था. Okay. Katie ji?
कल सुबह मैं फुटबॉल खेल रही थी.
Okay. मैं खेल रही थी. Wonderful. Okay. Mia? आप क्या कर रही थी कल?
कल मैं होमवर्क कर रही थी.
Very good, right? So just like साफ करना, काम करना, to do homework is homework करना. You don't have to make it very hard. Like the proper Hindi word may be hard, but like you can, if you don't know what is homework, you can just say homework करना. Okay? So essentially to do is करना. To do is karna. Okay, and you are just adding karna to multiple words like homework karna, exercise karna, you know, saaf karna, to make it a verb basically, right? So you don't have to memorize all of them, but like you can use karna in some cases to help facilitate that. Anusha ji?
कल मैं गाड़ी चला रही थी.
Beautiful. Okay. And we have Sharon ji.
कल मैं और मेरे भाई बहन के साथ दोपहर दोपहर का भोजन कर रहे थे.
Okay, beautiful. कल हम दोपहर का भोजन कर रहे थे. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Anyone else would like to try? मीता जी?
कल मैं बार आम खरीद रही थी.
Okay, very good. So, what is the word did you use here?
So, sorry, खरीदना is the
Yes,
verb.
so the verb here is to
buy.
To buy or to purchase. Okay, and she will use kharidna. Okay, kharidna. So she removed the na and she said mango, like aam kharidna. Aam is mango. Okay, so kal main aam kharid rahi thi. I was purchasing mangoes or I was buying mango. You can replace that with anything else, right? I was shopping for this. Okay, Lori ji?
Yeah, can I suggest a sentence?
Yeah, please.
मैं pool में तैर रही थी.
Yeah. So to swim is तैरना and she मैं pool में तैर रही थी. Okay, wonderful. Awesome. So this was in all the cases, if you didn't notice, because you are saying it, you use मैं and the word was getting conjugated with raha and the ending was tha. Okay, so all you need to know, let me go back and sharing my screen. The formula, and it was easy for मैं, okay, but as you notice it's raha, rahi and rahe, and tha, thi and the. You have to memorize that word. It's the same, it works the same way as it works in the present continuous. Okay, so I'm going to quickly write it down so that way you remember it. So as I said, subject is masculine singular, it's raha, tha, or rahi, thi for feminine singular. So it's masculine / feminine singular. Okay, same it works for मैं as well, for I. Okay, I'm gonna actually delete this one so it's easier. Raha tha, rahi thi for feminine. I'm gonna erase this. Feminine singular. Okay, rahe the is for we, aap, and they also basically. So we, which is aap, sorry, hum, for you, and they as well. Okay. For feminine plural also you can say rahi thi, which is nasalized one, but you can keep it simple. Raha tha, rahi thi, and rahe the. Okay. I'm going to give you a lot of pictures to kind of think about it, but the same pictures can be used to make complex sentences as well. So for those of you who are already familiar, I suggest you try to describe more in that image what is happening. Okay. For beginners, yes.
Where does tum fit in there?
Yes. Yeah, good one, right? So if you were to use tum, which is the semi-formal you. So if you are using tu, for example, which is the informal you, tu chal raha tha, tu chal rahi thi. तुम चल रहे थे और तुम चल रही थी. Okay, so you would use it same as, tum, as like, you're giving slight respect, so you'll put it in the same bucket.
So
Okay.
tum and op use the same one.
Yes, same bucket.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is slightly different because in present continuous, like tum ga rahe ho. Okay, which is, you have a different ending there, right? Ho. Yeah, tum ga rahi ho. Any other questions so far in the formula or how the conjugation will work? Anyone? Anyone finding it hard so far? At least the formula part. Good, Josh? So far?
So far, so good.
Okay. Now let's look at the use cases. Right? So something that was happening in the past. Okay. Right? So how will you say that in Hindi? All of you to think. I want all of you to think. First, don't write the answer. To talk. The verb is to talk. Okay. Let's talk about the verb first. What is the verb here? Sharanji, what is the verb?
I'm always confused with this one because is it bolna or is it bat karna?
Baat karna. You will say baat karna.
Okay, so bat karna.
Baat karna is the verb. Baat karna is to?
It's like to have a conversation, I thought.
To have a conversation. Yes. Yes. Amazing. Okay. Mia or anyone else thinking about some other verbs? You were also thinking about the same word, Mia?
Purna.
Okay. So typically when you have the phone conversation, it's baat karna, as Sharanji mentioned, baat karna. Okay. So I'm going to write it down so you guys can see it. Baat karna. बोलना is to speak. बात करना in this case it's like a conversation. बात करना. बात करना. Okay. बात करना. Wonderful. All right. So let's see. I want all of you to write it down now. And for the intermediate and above, you can think about some more other ways to make the sentence beautiful. I want everyone to try it out. Okay, I already see some responses. And here you will see the post position that is used with the phone. You will use different people using different post positions, and there's nothing wrong here, but you will see pay, used commonly, but the others are not wrong, by the way. Okay, pay and say you will use most commonly. You will hear native speakers using both of them more. Okay, Sunny, why don't you share your sentence?
Okay. वे मुस्कुरा रही थी और फोन पर बात कर रही थी.
Beautiful, beautiful. Let's take Josh.
वह फोन पर बात करा कराती थी. कराही थी. Yeah.
Shri Ramji.
वह फोन में बात कर रही थी.
Beautiful. Bill. unmute yourself.
माफ कीजिए आई
Okay, yes.
वे टेलीफोन में बात कर रही थी
Okay, very good. Okay, let's see. Anusha ji.
कल 3 बजे से 4 बजे तक अपनी दोस्त के साथ फोन में बात कर रही थी.
Beautiful. Okay, so this is a intermediate. So she wrote kal wo, which is yesterday. She one is दोस्त के साथ बात कर रही थी. Was talking with her friend. अपने दोस्त के साथ बात कर रही थी. Okay, but then she write 3 बजे से 4 बजे तक. Okay, and we'll cover it in the subsequent classes. But she's saying 3 बजे से 4 बजे तक. Okay, someone who's not familiar with that, let's say you hear it, and let's say at least you know 3 is 3, 4 is 4. Okay, Una ji, assuming you don't know what is baje, when you hear this, what do you think she's trying to say? Unmute yourself.
Yeah, I am unmuted, but I can't.
So 3 बजे से 4 बजे तक. Take a guess. There is no penalty of being of having a wrong answer.
I don't know. It starts at 3. It finishes at 4.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. From 3 to 4, she was talking to her friends. Right. See, that's the thing, right? I mean, so, and then, wonderful. So I'm going to give you another scenarios, and I'm going to share my screen, and I want all of you to think about this. Okay. So this is the
Dr.
next.
G, could I ask one quick question on this scenario?
Yes.
For on the phone, is it phone may, phone par, phone what?
So phone per is the most commonly. Phone say is also the common one.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So here's a quick thing. I want you to, all of you to think about it and write it in. And I'm going to give you some time, all of you. Okay. So I'm going to put myself on mute. So I want all of you to think about this one. Okay. All right. Let's see how everyone is doing it on this one. Okay. KTG.
Kal Shamko, Admi kitchen mein kana kha raha tha.
Beautiful. Okay. Beautiful. Let's see. Neetaji.
Harry kal rat ko ek bara bhajan kha raha tha.
Okay. Okay. You named him Harry. Okay, which is good. Michael ji.
Kal Ratko Yeha Yuvak Kana Ka Rahata.
Okay. Okay. You use a new word. What is the new word here?
Yuvak.
Yuvak. Okay. Yuvak is a young man. Okay. So okay. So let me go back. So he used the word called yuvak. You can use that as well. Yuvak is a young man. A young man was eating food. Okay. Let's have one more. Mia. Is that what you wrote as well?
कल शाम को कल शाम को आदमी कुर्सी बैठकर लंच खा रहा था.
Beautiful, beautiful. Palash ji, we'll take one more. Palash.
कल एक लड़का खाना खा रहा था.
Okay, wonderful. Anyone else has any questions on this? I hope it's straightforward, but feel free to unmute yourself and ask any questions you have so far. So far, it's not hard, right? Simple. You look at it, you look at the subject, you try to figure out the verb. Okay, you are trying to use postposition, which is a very good thing, based on the situation, right? I mean, kursi par baith kar or chammach se with the spoon, right? All of those are good things. Let's do one more. I mean, there are more, but let's see this one. Change the subject a little bit. Think about it. Laurie ji, how will you say that?
What's the Hindi for run?
Okay, to run is daudna.
I can't see your whiteboard.
Yes, I'm gonna share it. 1 minute, okay? To run is daudna. Typically, you will hear the d sound. It's hard, so beginners tend to use, or learners tend to use the daudna, but it's the d sound. If this d is hard, you can start with D-O-R-N-A, but it's the d sound.
Okay.
Say it now. Let me share my screen again because you will need the picture. Okay.
So le log.
Very good. Very good.
Dod. Dod. Rahe the.
Beautiful. Say it again.
Log. Dod rahe the.
You want to say it was happening in the past. So you want to use some words for that. How will you say that? When?
Kal.
Kal. Subah is morning, dopahr is the afternoon, and evening is sham.
What did you say? Sham?
Kal sham.
Kal
Yes.
sham. Log. Dad. Rahe the.
Beautiful. Okay. Log is used for people to describe they were running. Okay. Ve daud rahe the. Okay. But in this case, you want to be specific. You want to say people were running yesterday because you see the group of people. Okay. So kal sham log daud rahe the. Okay. Or as Sharan ji mentioned, वे लोग कल शाम को सड़क पर दौड़ रहे थे. सड़क पर is on the street. Okay. Una ji said कल शहर में लोग दौड़ रहे थे. Okay. Mita ji, what did you write here? क्योंकि एक
I said लोग दौड़ रहे थे क्योंकि एक सिम्बा आ रहा था.
What does it mean, Simba?
I thought Simba was a lion.
Oh, I see. Okay. Lion was coming. एक शेर आ रहा था.
Oh, शेर. Okay, thank you.
शेर, yeah. He took it totally different. Yeah, but I like it. बहुत लोग कल रात को दौड़ रहे थे. Bill, okay, awesome. Anyone else would like to have any questions on this one?
Ashuji, can I ask a question?
Yes.
So is there a different word for jogging instead of running? They are jogging, they're not really running.
Yeah, I mean, it's you will have variations only. I mean, you um, in Hindi typically, like, you will say halke se chal rahe the. So you will have some variations. You will just add some more extra word next to chalna. धीरे धीरे चल रहे थे, right? Which is
Okay.
basically chalna is walk, but like धीरे चल रहे थे और तेज चल रहे थे. You will put variations only, but there is no separate sort of like a verb for jogging. At most, nowadays, if you talk to people, they will say jog kar raha hu, ya jogging kar raha hu. So next to jogging, they'll end up putting karna, right? So that you might hear from people, jogging kar raha hu or jogging kar rahi hu.
I have a
Anyone else?
question. Yeah.
Yes, please. Yes, go
Uh,
ahead.
this sham ko, is it necessary to use ko here, or we can just say kal sham, kal subah, like?
It's implied, even if you don't put ko, it's implied that kal sham mein, kal sham mein दौड़ रहा था.
Ah,
Okay.
okay. And
So
one more doubt is like the previous sentence which I said, वो phone में अपने अपनी, that how to use अपना दोस्त should come or अपनी दोस्त, like if I want to say she was talking with her female friends, should I
हाँ,
say
अपनी दोस्त.
अपनी?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. अपनी सहेली या अपनी दोस्त से बात कर. दोस्त is used for both male friend and a female friend. It's a generic. But if you want to be specific, अपनी सहेली से बात कर रही थी.
If I say अपना दोस्त means it is male friends, is it?
So अपना दोस्त is like, yes, it's a male friend. Okay. But अपनी दोस्त, it's sort of implied you're talking about female friend, अपनी दोस्त. और अपने दोस्तों से, अपने is plural. Okay, so it can be both basically group of friends, right? So अपने दोस्तों से मैं अपने दोस्तों से बात कर रहा हूँ. Now my friends can be male and female. It's a group of friends, right?
So because it is plural, we say apne, is it?
That's right. That's right. अपने.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Anyone else? Right. I'm going to share the next one. So to run physically is daurna. Okay. So now this one, it's also running, but it's slightly different. The pictures are reversed, but let's say this is chore. This should be in the front and this should be behind. This is the cop. Like right now, cop is running away from the thief, which should be the other way around, right? So think about it this way, right? I wanted to take time. Behind is, I'm going to write it down because we've not done that yet. So let me share my, stop sharing. Behind, JDG, what is behind?
A pitch.
के पीछे, beautiful, के पीछे, के पीछे. Okay, so behind the thief would be, thief is चोर, चोर के पीछे. Okay, behind me is मेरे पीछे. Okay, so behind the thief in this case is चोर के पीछे. Okay, you can keep it simple. If it is hard for you to, so just like, anyway, I want you to try it out before I give any more hints or clues. I want to see what everyone thinks of. So take your time and describe what is happening in this one. Okay, let's see. कल चोर, okay. Okay. KTG.
Chor capiche, sorry, cop capiche, chor lal balloon hat me do drahata.
Okay, beautiful. Michael ji.
Kal ekchor police ke piche dor rahata.
Okay, okay, okay. Sharon ji.
I tried to change the verb from dod to bag.
Yeah, yeah.
So I said chor cop se bag raha hai or police chor ke piche bag raha hai.
Very good, right? So the difference is the first one is dodna is to run, and to run away is bhagna. Okay, it's a little bit forced, right? So basically, the thief is running away. So the picture is reversed, but the thief is running away from the police. Okay, so you can say, as Sharanji mentioned, chor police se bhag raha hai, is running away from the police. Chor पुलिस से भाग रहा है, और यू कैन से चोर के पीछे पुलिस भाग रही है, और सॉरी भाग रही थी in the past tense, भाग रही थी. Okay, so I'm going to write it down so that way everyone can see it. So forget about the sequence of the picture, but like what you can say, one example would be कल चोर और पुलिस भाग रहे. This is the simplest case. Okay, कल चोर और पुलिस भाग रहे थे, और कल वे भाग रहे थे. I think this one should be straightforward for everyone. कल वे भाग रहे थे. You saw two people. So if you don't know the pronoun, you can just simply say वे भाग रहे थे. The next one is you want to qualify the pronoun, and you can say चोर और पुलिस भाग रहे थे. Okay. The second one is, the third one you can say is कल चोर पुलिस से भाग रहा था. He was running away from the police. Or the fourth way, so this is like increasing complexity. Number 1, 2, 3, and fourth one would be कल चोर के पीछे पुलिस भाग रही थी. Police is considered feminine, so पुलिस भाग रही थी. Okay, so in this case the subject your becomes your चोर. चोर भाग रहा था. In this case पुलिस भाग रही थी, and you are using it as a चोर के पीछे पुलिस भाग रही थी. Okay, चोर भाग रहा था. चोर किससे भाग रहा था? Who is the thief running away from? पुलिस से. Okay, so for intermediate and above, you should feel comfortable with all of them, especially these two. For beginners and above, you should definitely feel comfortable with these two. Even these also, but like this should not be any kind of a brainer for you. This should be pretty straightforward. We have not done these two specific cases, so it will come, or it will get more conceptually clear as we do more and more grammar.
Can I ask a question about number 4?
Yes.
Which was my sentence, except that I put the subject first before the chor ke piche.
Yeah,
Is that
it's correct. Yours is correct, because you can say कल पुलिस चोर के पीछे भाग रही थी. It's correct.
okay? Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. Any questions? Anyone else?
Well, I wanted to go with the picture, so I was saying that the I was saying that the policeman was running away from the thief. So I
Yeah,
said,
yeah. If the thief is powerful, definitely, right? I mean, so you can
police
say,
chor se bag rahe te. But I was trying to do respect for the policeman, but it's
so yes, you can say that policeman chor se bhag raha tha, or if you want to you give police as a unit, police chor se bhag rahi thi.
it's feminine, rahiti.
Yeah,
Okay.
just the police unit itself is feminine. If you want to say police wala, then it becomes masculine.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, of course. Good, good.
So,
Yeah, good
so
variation.
can I try a complex sentence for this?
Yes, please.
Okay, so I'm going to say it in English first, and then the thief is holding a balloon and wearing a mask. So
Yeah.
चोर ने गुबरा पकड़ा हुआ था और नकाब पहना हुआ था.
Very
Is
good.
that correct?
It's correct. So it's gubbara. Gubbara is the balloon, or nakab is mask. Okay. You are right. गुब्बारा पहने हुए और नकाब पहने हुए, भाग रहा था. You're right there. Okay.
So he said hue instead of huata. So hue is
If you want to make it a one sentence, but right now you did a good job. You split it out, which is correct. But if you want to just continue, गुब्बारे पहने हुए, चिल्लाते हुए, you can say in one sentence rather than splitting it out. Yeah.
yes. Thank you.
Right. This one you've done it, so I'm gonna give you as a homework exercise. I would rather take questions from you. So feel free to take a screenshot of it if you want to do this as a homework. This is Chalana. We have done it. I'm gonna skip this one. What is the verb here, Mia?
He's thinking.
Huh? Thinking. Very good. What is to think?
Sochna.
Beautiful. To think is sochna. Okay, so this is good. What about this one? What is the verb here? Let's see. Marwaji, what is the verb?
यहाँ पढ़ना या सीखना.
Okay. So I want the homework exercise, especially for everyone, is you have to write a narration, which is the background setting of a story. Okay, so for everyone, like you can think at least 3-4 sentences in the past continuous tense just with this image. So, and it should cover both basically it can cover every level basically. So I want you to look at this image, think about a short sort of a paragraph that you can think of. Okay, and you can post it in Discord, or you can also post it in WhatsApp group. I'm okay either ways. So I have two images, this one and the next one is this one. Okay, the verb may be hard for some of you. What is the verb here? Anyone want to take a guess?
Hoshak Salana.
Okay, okay, very good. Anyone else? To stitch, we have not done it actually. To stitch. Okay, to stitch is silna or silai karna. Silai karna, to stitch. Good to see Miss Monroe as well, Bill. Okay, wonderful. Right, so I'm going to stop sharing. We are right on time.
Ashutosh, to sew is different from to stitch?
What were you thinking?
I don't know. I don't know what to sew is.
There's a verb that's an irregular verb meaning to sow. They teach it when they teach you DGA, LGA, PGA.
How would you say it, JDG?
I don't remember the word, but it's weird because it's when you're doing the irregular verbs, so is in there. But I don't remember what it is. It's not used a lot.
Spell it. Let me see the activity. Maybe to spell it, and maybe
Well,
I'll
it's like DGA or KGA or PGA when you're saying
no, to saw. How you spell it?
SEW.
SEW.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me see the image. Oh, I see.
I think sewing is also Silana.
Yes, right. I mean, it's like, let me share my screen. So, the use case you're describing is like, who is doing the, say it in a sentence, maybe it will help me, Bill.
Please sew my torn pants.
Okay. Please sew my torn coat.
Torn pants.
Hands. Okay. So you will say, let me share my. So as JDG mentioned, you can say silai kijiye, meri, and you can say meri shirt ki. Shirt is shirt basically. Torn is fati hui basically. It's shirt ki silai kijiye. Because you said please, it's pretty much an imperative where you are requesting someone to do something for you, right? So silai kijiye. Okay, so
Right.
silna versus silai karna. Yeah, awesome. I know we are right on time. I'm going to stop the broadcast, and for folks who watched on Facebook, thank you so much. Hopefully you can join us on Zoom as well. I'm going to stop the broadcast.